In the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom! Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Josh. This is Eat Live Program, specifically the Project Freedom Podcast. But tonight, we're going to talk about Facebook. Mark Zuck, my favorite CEO of a tech company. My gosh, Mark Zuck, he is so virtuous, so kind, so benevolent. I don't know what more words I could use to describe such an amazing, stunning, brilliant, and brave man. But Mark, if you're out there, if you're listening, we're here to talk about you tonight. You're my favorite. Don't worry. You're always going to be my favorite, Mark. But hence the title of the video, guys, Facebook steals from poor old lady Mer. But seriously, though, what I really want to talk about is, guys, is Facebook as virtuous as they claim or project to be? Well, actually, saying projecting, that in of itself is already kind of like accusational, right? So, right, we're not making accusations yet, right, guys? But Facebook, they're a very virtuous company, right? Right, guys? Right? I mean, after all, they spend so much time at least signaling to the world how virtuous they are. So, one would expect that at a bare minimum, Facebook would be indeed as virtuous as they're signaling to others to be. And we know that they are. We know that they signal, right? Throughout the years, they've what is the word that I used in the description that I don't want to say is the adjective of CENSORSHIP. Let's just say they quiet people, or they've been known to quiet down people who have said certain things based off of a certain maybe either political or ideological belief set that they deem as being unvirtuous, right? And so since they're judging others and removal of speech of others due to what they claim to be non-virtuous, they're almighty and powerful. Wouldn't we assume that they themselves are virtuous, right? Like, surely they would never go out of their way to steal valuable internet property from a poor old lady who was a single mother of a non-white descent, right? That would basically go against everything that Facebook has done in the last decade, right? Because what do we know? I mean, they're known to employ everybody who isn't a straight white male, right? I'm not saying that facetiously. Like, they have gone out of their way to be able to employ people in tech that aren't straight white men, right? Which, good on them and good for the people that they were able to employ. But were they doing that and doing things like removing certain posts, censoring people based off of certain belief sets and ideologies? Are they doing those things because they legitimately are virtuous and they just legitimately don't want people to get hurt? Or are they doing the exact opposite behind closed doors? So let's figure that out tonight, fellas. And look at this. Lo and behold, our article right here. So, and this is from ARS Technia, which is an old tech website that I've been on for like a decade. But their articles are kind of sparse, guys, and they always have been. So this is going to be small, but bear with it, okay? As I sip my succulent martini. Okay. So what do we have here? Woman lost at Metaverse Instagram handle days after Facebook name change. And obviously, you guys, if you've been watching the channel, you guys already know about Facebook changing their name to Meta, which let's just be honest, Facebook is not the metaverse. They're going to be well, I'll just put it to you like this. They're going to have to drastically change their ways if they want to be able to partake in Web3, because basically almost everything that Web3 is right now goes against everything that is the essence of a company like Facebook. Okay. And yeah, again, if you guys saw that other video, needless to say, you guys know my thoughts on the rest of that, right? So Thea Mai Bauman, and I don't know if I even pronounced that right, has posted on Instagram using the @metaverse handle. So her account name, her username is @metaverse, right? For nearly a decade, when her account was disabled on November 2nd. And what exactly, guys, did she get? What was exactly she told was the reason? And the reason was, your account has been blocked for pretending to be someone else. Oh my God. The app told her. Bauman wasn't exactly sure what had happened, but the timing was curious. You don't say. The account block came back just days after Facebook had announced its new name, Meta. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the name reflected the company's new focus on its vision of the metaverse. Wow, I'm Mark Zuck. I'm really cool with the metaverse now. Come on, kids. A virtual world meant to facilitate commerce, communication, and more. Bauman's metaverse handle was suddenly a hot commodity. You don't say. You don't say. And by the way, guys, if you don't know, if you aren't aware, Instagram is owned by Facebook. Facebook equals Instagram. It's the same company, okay? Originally, no, Instagram was their own company, and then Facebook bought them out, and basically kind of like Facebookatized Instagram, the platform itself. And guys, actually, if you guys remember back in like 2013, 2012, when Instagram was like new, it actually had like true organic discovery abilities on there, similar to like TikTok that we see now, right? And then, of course, the Zuck squad came in and did their zucking of everything as usual, right? Clay Buster's his first like. Thank you, Clay, for being the first like on the video. Cody Moose in the Who says, what's good? Christian Soto says, boom. Yes, boom. Wayne Emery, hello, guys, with the sun emoji. Yes. Snowman Mike just says, just don't wrong think. Right. You definitely don't want to be wrong thinking in Facebook's metaverse, because if you're wrong thinking in Facebook's metaverse, guys, do I really need to explain what's going to happen to you guys? You guys know what's going to happen. You know. You see the thumbnail of this video? That guy is going to be awake staring at you at the end of your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 3:33 in the morning, that's what's going to happen if you do wrong think, okay? So don't commit wrong think. Sam Perchinsky says, hopping on. Max Dignita says, I predict the name change will be looked at with laughter 10 years from now. Yeah, I mean, dude, we're like literally laughing at it now, right? But I mean, let's just, okay. Let us take a step back here real one more sip, guys. One more sip. All right, hold on. That's a little extra dirty. Okay. So we know a lot of, I and my audience, my subscribers, because you guys are pretty based. You guys know a lot of what has been going on in the last, I don't know, let's say 2 years, has been a little bit of like, right? I already think a majority of things are going to be looked at very negatively 10 years down the line. You guys kind of in the same manner that, like, if we go back and look at, this would definitely be this is definitely currently reflected on as negative, but back in World War II, not hysterical though, not like comically negative. World War II, look at a lot of stuff that they did back then. People were like, that is really fucking retarded. But at the time, people were like, yeah, let's do it. Right? We're already doing this now. because of technology, we have the internet. Time just moves faster now, guys. It's just how it is. Time moves faster. We're able to communicate faster. I can talk to somebody in China without having to go travel to China. Like I can literally just bloop, fire up some application and just talk, video chat them, right? So like, it's already kind of a laughing stock now. We all kind of have, and again, this isn't an accusation, but we all kind of have a little. We all feel that the whole Facebook whistleblower thing was a little sus, right? It's a little sus. And so that is for certain, right? At least in my point of view and my viewers' point of view, right? Like I know you guys feel the same way. So yes, Max, I would definitely 100% agree. Like that's just going to be another check mark on the long list of things 10 years down the road that our kids are going to be like, wow, those people were fucking retarded. I just cannot believe. I believe, though. I believe the truth is out there, friends. All right, so let's continue. The account is a decade of my life and work. I didn't want my contribution to the metaverse to be wiped from the internet. Bauman told the New York Times, that happens to women in tech, to women of color in tech all the time. Which, by the way, I believe she is like, anyway, she's a woman of color, obviously. And it's Ms., it's MS, so she's single, an older single lady, never married, and she is like one of the exact same people that Facebook like tries to spend so much time. She's a part guy. If we're all just being honest with ourselves out there, all right. Now take an emotional bias out of what I'm about to say. If we're all just being honest with ourselves, and because I'll just say it, I really don't give a shit right now. Maybe because I'm drinking a dirty martini, but she happens to be a certain mold of person in society that one, not all, one could categorize as being in that bucket of people that tend to be leaning towards the side of, hey, don't put me down, don't hate on me because of this and this that I have. Okay, I have this and this, so don't make life worse for me. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Right now, guys, I'm just expressing that to get a point across. I'm not saying whether it is or isn't the right thing to do. Okay. I'm not going to take sides on that, but let's just say that she's in that bucket of people. Now, with that being said, we could also say that Facebook as a company is also a company that we could put inside that bucket of companies that go towards that same equal ideology, right? So, with that being said, if you are supposed to be on the same team as somebody, would you purposely go and steal from that person if you knew that you could take advantage of them? If you really were a virtuous company, I would venture to say no, you wouldn't do that, because it would simply go against your virtue. It would go against your belief set, which all big tech, right? Very virtuous companies. So of course they would never do this. Oh wait, this, guys, you know what? This must actually be an accident. This must not be a real thing. This must just simply be an accident. What am I? I'm probably just over here making assumptions, right? So in 2012, when Bauman started Metaverse Makeovers, she grabbed the Instagram handle @Metaverse to showcase her art and technology. Smart lady. The Australian had created an app that would display virtual holograms over her company's fingernail designs. She envisioned making an entire line of clothes and accessories that would be virtually augmented. After 5 years, funding ran dry, and she began to use her Instagram account to promote her other work. Bauman's @Metaverse account went relatively unnoticed for years, well, obviously because no one knew what the fuck that word meant, attracting fewer than 1,000 followers. Then Facebook changed its name. On October 28th, Zuckerberg announced the change in his Connect 2021 keynote, saying that the Facebook name just doesn't encompass everything we do. Zuckerberg had been selling his idea of the metaverse for months, telling The Verge in an interview last summer that the metaverse is a vision that spans many companies, the whole industry. He said, "It's certainly not something that any one company is going to build." Is that why you want to build a specific metaverse for Facebook and have your Oculus plug people in. Mr. Zuck. He's right about that, though. Bauman, with her 4 years of experience running a company based around the name after the concept, would seemingly be an ideal partner in that venture. After Zuckerberg's keynote, so when he went to go and announce all this, Bauman started receiving unsolicited messages on Instagram, including some that offered to buy at Metaverse from her, which I'm sure they offered quite a penny, right? One person delivered a warning, though, quote, Facebook isn't going to buy it. They're going to take it. Well, we already knew that was going to be the case, right, guys? Because Facebook is a bunch of, well, they're great people, right? I just spilled some of that on me, guys. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. Facebook is great people. They would never do anything like that, right, guys? Come on. It was unclear whether Meta/Facebook had anything to do with Bauman losing her account. Guys, come on. All right, who wrote this article? Tim. Somebody tweet at TDE Chant. Tim, come on. Tim. I'm assuming that you have an above a 90 IQ because you're writing articles for ARS. So I think we both know. I think we both know, bud. Who took that name, Tim? I think we both know. All right, let's just be realistic here, all right? But she didn't receive a reply for weeks. Oh, it was unclear whether it did anything, but Bauman attempted to verify her identity with Instagram, but she didn't receive a reply for weeks. She tried working with an intellectual property attorney to see what rights she had to get her account back, but she couldn't afford their services. So she's not very rich. She is a woman of color, and she's single and older. Basically kind of like, kind of like a helpless person, not to say, oh my God, that doesn't mean that they're helpless. She definitely doesn't have as much power in this universe as Mark Zuck, right? So lo and behold, guys, Jesus. I mean, is it starting to become clear to you guys now? Newsflash, guys, is this starting to become obvious to you guys now? These companies, they don't give a slime a new Pepe soda on about anybody but themselves. In fact, they probably don't even like their own employees, for just being honest. They probably don't even like their own employees, okay, guys? And if you think if you're starting to realize that that's the case, it might make you think, what other sort of centralized entities of power say one thing and do the next, right? Just makes you think, right, guys? EG says, sup, everybody. What's up? My favorite CryptoPunk avatar, Fen. I was actually looking at CryptoPunks today. I really want to get one, guys. I really get one, but I really don't want to specifically spend like 50 Ethereum on one of them. I just don't know if that's worth it. You guys tell me. Let me know. And if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know if you think that like that amount of Ethereum is worth of something that could potentially be worth less in the distant future. Calabi says waging number 22177. Yep. FAGN. Similar to YouTube. Yep. Very similar to this platform that we're on right here. I mean, obviously, guys, the platform we're on right now is the best platform in all of existence. Duh. Shh. Come on, guys. Shh, be quiet. So Mike says 35% chance Zuckerberg is a lizard. He kind of looks like it, right? Lizard emoji, indeed. Hot take. The metaverse is Google Glass 2.0. Man, please no. Please don't let it be like that. Club Hexco 2036 says autist supervillain. I think Zuck is onto a loser with his metaverse. That's probably more wishful thinking, but Fook meta. Yeah, okay. You were in the stream. Did you watch the stream about the name change? Like, it's all Fugazi. It's Fugazi. Meh. It's not, guys, it's not real. They're not going to, guys, Facebook is a legacy tech company, and Facebook is like the legacy of legacy tech companies. It's too old. It's too deprecated. They don't do anything, but they don't do anything to benefit society anymore. They're just pulling from. They're literally leeches. They're like Warren Buffett. They're leeches to society. Okay, sorry, Warren Buffett. Maybe at one point in time, they created a social media platform that allowed people from all across the world to connect and chat. Blah 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 blah. But now we have a plethora of literally thousands of different applications that we can choose from to do that. That won't suck your data up with a big old straw like Mr. Zuck does, right? So at one point, they did have this great thing that was beneficial to society. Now they don't have anything special. They're kind of just like if you were to live in Miami and you saw a woman with breast implants. Maybe if you were to live in Monroe, Louisiana, she might be the one. She's like, man, that girl's got the biggest boobies in all Monroe. But in here, it's like you walk down the street and literally like a girl looks out of place if she doesn't have fake implant or fake tits, right? So like, man, that might not have been the best analogy ever. Sorry, guys, but I think you get what I'm saying, right? Now they're no longer really providing anything unique, special, awesome, amazing, and they're just taking from the universe. They're taking from society. They're leeches. So Max says corporations will always support single women of color as long as it helps their business, right? And until they want to steal an account from them, right? I mean, at the very least, guys, they could have paid this girl, right? They could have paid this girl. I mean, they could have put some salt and pep behind what they claim to believe in, right? What they claim to be their ideologies, and they could be virtuous people, and they could have paid this lady, like, I don't know. Facebook has plenty enough literal cash on their balance sheet, let alone everything else they have on their balance sheet. All right, up to and including probably multi-millions of dollars worth of physical equipment that could be sold, equity in their own company, right? Probably equity in other companies too. They could have probably given this girl, who also happens to works in tech, they could have given this lady enough money to retire on for the rest of her life, and they probably wouldn't have even felt any. That wouldn't have affected them at all. It wouldn't have affected them one bit. But instead, they're like, meh, we got to steal from them, because they don't really care about single older women of color in tech. They just pretend to. Okay, they just pretend to. Big surprise. Cue the X-Files music. T-Man Scott says those big companies only pretend to care about being virtuous. Yep. It's all about money and power. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And it's funny because most of the companies that that are either neutral about that kind of stance, and then I believe this goes towards people as well. Most people that aren't neutral or what people accuse to be the opposite probably care more about people like that than the ones that say that they do. Because they probably care about just all people, right? In humanity in general, right? They probably would never wish any sort of specific suffering on somebody. Yin says she got zucked. R.I.P. Yes, my friend, R.I.P. indeed. Simon Mike says Tim knows what happened to the handle, but doesn't want to wrong think. So Tim wrote it correctly. You're right, very right. Tim was being a good boy. Tim didn't want to lose his good boy token, so of course, obviously, Zuck operates like a cyborg kingpin. You guys are funny tonight. Virons 4 says, what up, my shadowy friends? What up, my fellow shadowy supercoder? What's up, my shadow? Nah, don't spend the 50 ETH unless it drops to 5 ETH. I wouldn't do it. Not financial advice. I would agree with that sentiment. MySpace. Hey, MySpace was actually kind of cooler. At least that Tom guy. At least Tom was a nice guy, right, guys? At least Tom was cooler than Zuck. How can Zuck be your favorite person when Susan Wojcicki has done so much for you? Very true. Very true. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. Susan Wojcicki is my favorite person, and Mr. Zuck is only my second favorite person. Tom D says, "Cuck the Zuck 2022." Man, we're saying all kinds of bad words tonight. LOL, Susan is the best online allowance. Online allowed to like her now. Know your worth says, yo, Josh, Facebook can suck it. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here tonight. Yes, my friend, Facebook can indeed suck it. Facebook can indeed suck it. Gentlemen, please allow me 2 brief minutes to return. Okay. All right, thanks, gentlemen. I'll be right back. What's up, guys? I'm Josh, or as you probably know me, eLift Program, and I'm here to talk to you about Developer Direction. What is Developer Direction, you might ask? We are the ultimate IT network and training academy. Ever heard of Fight Club? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with more computing power. We teach and give courses just like boot camps, but that's not all. We help people actually get jobs, unlike colleges, and we help people get better jobs with better pay and a better life. Here at DD, you don't get grades because your performance is reflected upon by how good you're doing in the real world. You won't accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt because we offer a one-time yearly fee that's a fraction of that price. And you won't be wasting your time learning about the latest and greatest social trends because you'll be too busy learning about the latest and greatest trends in the tech and IT market. From courses to networking to problem solving to teaming up together on projects, giving and receiving mentorship, we've got it all. So whether you're a beginner who knows nothing about code or tech, a college student, or a 50-year vet, we got you covered. So head on over to developerdirection.com, sign up for the mail list if you want to keep up with our latest and greatest. Oh boy, yes we do. We do an amazing job over there, developerdirection.com. Check it out, my friends. We do get people jobs. No joke, no lie. I only come bearing gifts of the truth for you guys. So listen, big tech companies are literally gods, literally mon. They certainly think that they are, right? They certainly think that they are. And they certainly like to act with unrelenting power like a god would, right? But when it's all said and done, and when the blockchain comes and gobbles all of them up, and they have to inevitably repent all their sins to the great Lord Satoshi, then they won't be so godlike, will they? Sheryl Sandberg is a flaming gas bag. What does gas bag mean? I'm going to Google that. Gas bag. A person who talks too much, typically about unimportant things. The container holding the gas in a balloon or an airship. I'm assuming you're using that as adjective for the definition number 1 is a person who talks too much. Hey, I like that phrase, dude. I'm going to have to use that more often. You guys hear this? You guys hear that noise in the chair? Guys, I got this chair like 2 years ago. I think it's time to retire this chair, guys. But hey, I actually know, you guys know Greg B, which by the way, Greg B is going to be on the stream on Friday. Greg, did we say Friday? I think Friday. I think this Friday, guys. I think Greg B is coming this Friday. It's either Friday or Tuesday. Greg B one time was telling me about like this amazing brand of chairs. I don't know what they're called, like the Herman Miller, right? Yeah, Herman Miller chair. Guys, take a peekarooski at these. I just think that they like, what's funny is I like when I used to work in an office one time, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, I used to work in an office and I had a couple of these chairs and they actually felt kind of nice. But guys, these things like look super like ugly. Hey, that's not bad. I mean, they look like wage number 7240 chairs, guys. I want like a fat daddy like leather chair. Like that's what I want. I don't know. Is that too much to ask for, guys? You know what, guys? You know what would be a really good project to do? Let me see. Let's see. Hellcat car seats. Have you guys ever ridden in a Dodge Charger or a Challenger? You guys take a look at these bad boys right here. Look at this, guys. Look at these comfy, chunky, bolstered American seats. Not the baby seats. These big fat daddies right here. I got to tell you guys, I've had 2 Dodge Chargers, and these are like the comfiest seats. They're like lazy boy chairs. If I could like grab one of these seats off of eBay and like make a computer chair out of it, but they would have to be like completely adjustable, because if you're someone like me and you work regularly in a computer chair, you're going to want to adjust your positioning a lot. So it'd have to be able to be adjustable. But this is, guys, let me know if you guys have ever heard of anybody making this into a computer chair. If you have, send me some info, friends, because I want to be able to see how to do that. I definitely do. Harry McGuire Jr. says, off topic, but what countries are best to avoid the jab? Not Bolivia, that's for sure. I know a girl from Bolivia, and the jab is not. They're very pro jab, Jabarowski over there. Man, you gotta ask this instead of like. You just have to assume any country that has a central bank is going to be pro jab, and whatever country is most likely the furthest away from the central bank. So probably something like Argentina, maybe. Or if it does exist in that country, a country in like Central or South America where you could just simply give some money to the politicians or the police or whoever is trying to enforce said thing upon you, and just be like, shh, take this money, go away. Because guys, and I don't mean this in a facetious manner. I love Latin culture, Latino, whatever culture. Trust me, if you're my close friend, you know what I mean. But part of their culture in a lot of these countries is like, it's just normal to like have cops come to you and like try to enforce something, and they actually expect you to give them money to go away, as opposed to like them giving you a ticket, you go into court, you go into jail, blah 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 blah. So whatever place that you could do that, do, man. And definitely not Australia or Canada, or the US, or anywhere in Europe. Probably Cuba. I guarantee there's probably 0 jabs in Cuba, if I'm willing to bet, and that's just like a hop, skip, and a rock throw away down the street from where I am. I don't know. I can go check it out and see and let you know. But dude, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Okay. What if you don't want to do that? All right. If you want to do it, do it. Receive thine jabbeth. Okay. But if you don't want to receive the jabbeth, like what, like you actually, even though they make you guys think that you aren't, you guys are actually free individuals with the rights given to you from birth, as all humans were on this planet, regardless of what skin color, what age, what IQ level. You all are free to just not take it. So, I mean, dude, like, just don't take it. Let me know. Let me know what's stopping you, because I think I probably could make a few guesses. But let me know what's if that's something you don't want to do, because I'm assuming, because that's the question you asked. What's preventing you from just saying no? Just say no, bro. Just say no. Sola says, ship the chair to Albany. I'll turn it into an NFT and immortalize it into the blockchain infinitely. All right, so let's do it. I just saw you sent me a Telegram message, Solo. Is this? I think that I have this. Do I have this? Is the chair that I have right now? No. Okay, no. Hey, this one's not bad. Hey, this is pretty. Have you had this one, Solo? This one looks pretty comfy, man. Is it thick? That's what I want to know. Is it thick? Is it actually thick IRL? The Herman Miller hit me wrong, so getting rid of it. Got a secret lab. Love it. Okay, this. Know Your Rose says, it says SVAGO, ZGR, zero gravity recliner. Glorious. Okay. Let me SVAGO, SVAGO, zero gravity recliner. Oh, wow. wow, that's quite nice. It looks like a big old lazy boy chair. Yin says, isn't Sweden anti-mask? Maybe they're anti-JAB? Maybe so. JAB chain. Latinx, excuse me. Stay away from any Commonwealth country. Actually, Cuba has one of the most effective jabs going, according to some medical stuff I know follow. Wonder why. Phil says no thanks on the jab. I don't blame you, Phil. Agreed, says Clay. I don't like... We're not going to say that word here. Laughing face emoji, Solo. So, fellas, how do you guys feel about Facebook's policies? How are you guys feeling? I think I've already said my piece, guys. I think we all know that it's obvious that companies like Facebook that pretend to be like, don't we know they don't give a shit about any of that stuff. All right. We know they don't give two rats bottoms about any of that stuff. They're just trying to make it seem, they're just trying to signal to the world that they're highly, highly virtuous. Because again, they're like gods, right? At least they want to be. They want to be gods. They're not. They don't care. And it's not just Facebook, and it's not just big tech companies. It's also every other large publicized person or entity that goes out of their way so much to do and say one thing. They don't care, guys. Listen, let me tell you guys a secret. Anybody that has to go out of their way to tell you something about themselves regularly over and over again, most likely has some sort of insecurity of it. Therefore, if it were really true, instead of them just allowing people to acknowledge it, what they would be doing if it were true, they know people would see it, so it would have to go without saying. They have to publicize it regularly in order to project some sort of specific image of themselves. Let me give you guys a perfect example. So you guys see this shirt right here? This is an XL sized shirt. Now, I am about at a staunch, no shoes on, 5'7". I'm like 185, probably 185 pounds now. Okay. I've been 215 pounds at the same height. And I think I'm still kind of like psychologically scarred from this day. But guys, I used to be a competitive bodybuilder. I used to be so big that anytime I went somewhere in public, if I wasn't wearing a fucking XXXL t-shirt and a hoodie that was covering up my muscles, everyone would fucking stare at me. And you would think like being a bodybuilder, you would eventually you'd want that, right? You'd want that, right? And maybe initially, yeah. But after you're stuck with like this armor bolstered and plated armor on your body 24/7 that isn't allowed to come off, and everywhere you go, literally everybody stares at you. You feel like one of those targeted individuals, like on LFA's channel he posted about the other night. And so everybody knows the real OGs in that community. They wear like big shirts. They don't have to like wear like a schmedium to like emphasize their muscular physique. In fact, they probably don't want people to look at them because they're probably big enough to where they're sick of it, right? The same analogy would go for Facebook. If they really were as virtuous as they claim to be, they wouldn't be going out of their way to be making all that strange global, I can't say the second word, artwork that them and all the other tech companies do. They wouldn't be going out of their way to silence people who say something that they might deem as offensive. They wouldn't be implementing all these extra policies to give off that vibe. They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to publicize any of that because they would just be it. They would just exist, and that would be it. Okay? That would be it, guys. Sounds like Morona. So Snowman Mike says the correct answer is everyone loves Facebook. Don't you dare wrong think Susan will kick you off her platform. Of course, look, I love Susan, okay? Know your worst is I'm sick of these WHITE, can't say that word, washing commercials. Still have my original Instagram account deactivated. It's not your account, it's their account. Very true, very true. Matt W says, what up? Guys, I'm back. Did I just end the stream on myself? Matt W says, what up, Josh? Max says, if you value your Instagram, back up everything. Yeah. I don't really, I try not to use Instagram that much, honestly. Some people just want to drive a Ferrari without all the attention. Take it on the back road. Take it on the back road, dude. Hey, Max, I mean, we were talking about cars earlier today. I would drive a Ferrari, but I wouldn't want people to stare at me for it. That's for sure. There used to be a time in my life where I would love attention. Quite frankly, I do not want it. I do not want it. Like a cool car that wouldn't actually draw much attention would be an Aston Martin, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, obviously, people would, when they would look at it, they'd be like, "Hey, I don't know what that is. It looks exotic." But when you're just trolling through town, it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be obnoxiously loud, right? They have tasteful, normal color codes of paint, right? And they're a classic car. They're not like super obnoxious. They're tasteful, classy, elegant, timeless, you know? Okay. XXL shirt stuff makes sense now. Good. Now you get it. The shirt analogy was much better than the fake boob example from earlier. Thank you, Solo. Thank you. No, guys, the video didn't go out. I actually just right-clicked out of the window and I had to come back in. Sorry, guys. Yes, you were all rugged. Yes, rugged. I got bogged. It was Susan. It was Susan. Anonymity is priceless. Yes, it is. Guys, listen, it was Susan and I was rugged, okay? Which is why it is very important for all of you to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not been subscribed, and to hit the notification bell to help support me, because they don't like me, guys. They don't want me to exist, okay? Okay? I think I got my point across tonight, guys. Now, let me tell you guys what. I'm going to go finish this, and then I have to go. I have a very important meeting in real life that requires me to consume alcohol in about approximately, give or take 45 minutes, okay? So I'm going to go do that. I love you guys. I'm out, and on Friday, I'll see you guys with Greg B, okay? See ya.